just almost like a perfect movie.
Definitely an essential.
Let's talk a little about that scene with shaking the shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
You said your mother said that it was one of the scenes they used a lot in acting
used in
class.
acting classes, because in the way it's acted, the way it's done in the film, is they're playing two different things. They're saying this sort of, this is the scene where they're walking down the street after they've sort of had a dinner together, and he keeps trying to put his arm around her and touch her, and they're obviously connecting with each other, but they're talking about something totally different.
Right.
They're talking about something, nonchalant and has nothing to do with what's going on between them, where he's putting his arm around her and she's sort of leaning away, and then he brings it around this way and she kind of pulls out that way, and yet she's clearly loving what's going on.
Right. And
they're talking about the weather. And then they sit down on the steps, and they continue to talk about nothing, as here the physicality of what's going on between them begins to take over. It's just wonderfully.
I wonder if they knew how funny it was when they were doing it before they could see it on the screen.
I don't think they probably thought, and they're so good, I don't think they thought about how funny it is. I think they must have thought about how fun it was to play those juxtaposition things, talking about the weather and getting out of their physicality and yet the growing kind of heat between them.
Was she a particular favorite of yours?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Too bad she didn't make more movies.
Yeah, it really
Her
is
very
a
last
shame.
movie was with George
Shane,
Stevens.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, Shane, and that was so different for her because
Right.
I'd never seen her really play, and only you would know. I don't remember her playing a lot of really serious roles.
Early on, but not later. But she was always wonderful. Foreign Affair that she did for Billy Wilder is terrific.
She was wonderful in it, with her braids on top of her head the whole time.
Phoebe something, I think it was. Yes.
She was wonderful.
Yeah.
She had a specific style everybody was imitating her, my mother said. My mother was under contract, and she studied acting from Charles Lawton, which she was under contract to Paramount. But when they did that at the time, they put you under contract and they tried to train you to be other people. So my mother told me that everybody wanted to talk like Jean Arthur. So they would go to vocal training. They said, everybody's trying to talk like this, Nobody's being real. You can't, that's not a good thing to do. But nonetheless, everybody was trying to walk like Barbara Stanwyck and talk like Jean Arthur.
Right. Well, time to move on. Do join us next week when Sally and I are going to be back to discuss another film on the Essentials. Here's a preview. Now, Voyager from 1942.
It's a wonderful, unconventional love story.
This is one of many films that Bette Davis and Claude Rains made together, and he was her favorite co-star.
One of the great moments of film is when she is revealed and you see just a tiny look of those Bette Davis eyes.
You see every shade of Bette Davis in this film. From 1942, now Voyager. That's next Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can find out more at tcm.com/essentials. Thanks for joining us for The Essentials.
Tonight on Turner Classic Movies, Joel McCrea and Randolph Scott bask in the glow of precious cargo as they ride the high country. Then McCrea wants to build a better future in Dead End. And Ben Johnson watches darkness fall over the town that dreaded sundown.
TCM